Tonight, we crack open J.W. Kelly Reed House Special Edition. Welcome to the show. J.W. Kelly and Company. This is a Chattanooga distillery, but I believe they source their bourbon and whiskey. Basically, there's a lot of history with J.W. Kelly, but as with some whiskey companies, they went out of business at some point. And somewhere around 2016, from what I've been able to gather on the internet, they came back into business. Now, I have no doubt that they have designed their own mash and spec'd out their own bourbon and control it just like anyone else that is a non-distilling producer, which I believe they may be. But it doesn't matter. Good bourbon is good bourbon, what I always say. And so we're going to try this J.W. Kelly. I've been reading about their single barrel and a few of their other products. Their single barrel is sourced from some company in Texas, but it doesn't mean this is. This is a batch. It's batch 0002, and it's a celebration between their company and the Reed House, which is an historic hotel in Chattanooga. In fact, Mr. Kelly or Mr. Kelly's company used to own the billiard and game room in there and the bar at some point, actually in the hotel, back when the hotel was in its prime. And if you've not been to the Reed Hotel recently, you should go. I mean, they've restored that, and it's an absolutely beautiful hotel. As beautiful as any historic hotel I've been in. So because I'm a fan of the Reed House, I've stayed there several times. When I saw this on my latest Tennessee bourbon hunt, I decided to get it. It is a double oaked bourbon whiskey. It is 114.5 proof. This is bottle 181 from barrel 519. Now it says it's a batch 002, but by having a barrel number on here, it indicates to me that it's a single barrel. I've not been able to get a whole lot of it. There's a lot of history about this on jwkelly.com, and if you go into their whiskeys and you'll see their Reed House limited edition. This is the 2023. I think maybe they had a previous one. And they talk about the relationships between J.W. Kelly and Samuel Reed over 150 years ago, and it's to me it's quite interesting. And they get down to talking about that both the bourbon and rye barrels were hand-selected by the Reed House in conjunction with our own staff, and both are bottled under their own label. These special edition hand-numbered bottles are available at the Reed House and in retail outlets in Chattanooga. And I found it just outside of Chattanooga, probably the only place you would find it. So being a fan of the Reed House, and I'll put the price on the bottom screen, I don't think it was real expensive. I didn't write it on the bottle like I was supposed to, but I think it was, I don't know, high 60s, something like that. We'll put that on there right now. So, I like double oak bourbon. 114.5 is getting towards the edge of my comfort level in proof, but it seems to have a nice color, a little bit of a red hue to it. So we've let it sit a while, and we've actually aerated it. You know, my frother, and I won't get that out again because it actually scares people, but I did froth the bourbon, and it's let sit for a few minutes, and it's a beautiful color. So let's see what the aroma's like. Well, that is a very fragrant, almost perfumey aroma. Floral, some sweetness, brown sugar, molasses, some vanilla, oak. Very nice. Actually, exquisite. I never used that word before. Exquisite smell on the bourbon. Cheers. Well, that is different. It has a little peanutty, not like Jim Beam peanutty, almost like a milder, almost like a cashew peanut flavor, nut flavor in it. A little sweet. Vanilla comes across. You get a kind of a medium to dark fruit in there. It's actually pretty simple with that, the fruit, vanilla, sweetness. There's a little bit of baking spice going on, not very peppery. Like I said, fairly sweet, not too sweet. But the bourbon itself has got a kind of a unique taste to it. I don't know if this is a Texas bourbon or some other place. It does not taste like a Kentucky bourbon. It does not taste like a Tennessee whiskey. I would say maybe a little corn forward with that cashew or nutty flavor and a little sweetness. I don't know what to think of it. There's a slight bit of ethanol to it, very slight. I had to kind of look for it. Maybe a little bit of mint coming across. It's got a good mouthfeel to it. Finish is pretty short and really not much to talk about. I mean, a little sweetness, maybe a little bit of dried fruit, very, very light on the baking spice in the finish. It's kind of an unusual flavor, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just different. It tastes more like a whiskey than it does a bourbon to me. So let's take one more sip and I'm going to go to final thoughts. Okay, I had not read about the tasting notes in here because I was really anxious to taste this and really didn't do all my research ahead of time. It says the straight double oak bourbon whiskey is bottled at 114.5 proof and is hand bottled and double oaked. This bourbon has notes of white pepper, oak, vanilla, brown sugar caramel, and English toffee on the nose. You know, I picked up the vanilla, definitely. The English toffee, well, that was kind of like the caramel and brown sugar to me. The palate is a unique blend of honey. That's what it is. There was some kind of sweetness coming across, and I just, for the life of me, like, what is this taste? It's not bad, it's just different. I thought it was maybe corn forward before, but now the more I think about it, and every taste I take, some other sweetness is taking over of the corn. And it's got to be the honey. I just don't drink that many honey finished, infused, flavored, whatever you want to call it. But the unique blend of honey, that's the first thing they say about the taste. Well, maybe we've solved the mystery. $54.99, I think it is a good value. It does have a unique taste, a little honey or corn forward, not quite sure yet which it is. Mild on the spices, mild on the rye, very drinkable, not real complex, and not a long finish, kind of a short finish. But other than that, it's kind of tasty. It's growing on me. The more I taste it, the more I'm going like, I might actually appreciate it more. And $54.99, I think it's a good value, not a great value. Well, that brings us to our recommendation system, 1 through 5. 1 being, stop the video right now and travel to Tennessee to get this bourbon. Don't do that. I don't think it's a 2 either. I don't think it should be your next purchase. I'm going to put it as level 3 just because At $54.99, I do think it's a good value, but if I got it for under $50, if I got it for $49 or $45, I think that would be a great value, and I think you should shop around if you ever get up into Tennessee or Chattanooga and see maybe if this is discounted a little bit, because there was a lot of them on the shelves, and I just don't think it's going to be a real popular. It might be at the Reed House, but anywhere else is selling it, you might be able to find a deal on it. So if you're a fan of corn or honey forward bourbons, this may be your honeysuckle rather than your huckleberry, right? So we hope you will like this video, you'll comment and share, and I realize some people aren't big fans of J.W. Kelly, and I'm thinking maybe you should give this one a try. It was approved and coordinated with the Reed House, and I respect those guys over there, so maybe give this Reed House version a try. So, as always, never drink and drive. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time.